What's good, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about everything that goes into a release, and more specifically this Black Friday release I have coming up. I thought it might be good to show some insight into all the things from like marketing to manufacturing to, I don't know, like supply chain things, and even like the back end on I use Shopify, so some of that stuff. But yeah, gonna try to make this a bit of a shorter video, not yap too much, so I'll get right into it. So starting off, what am I releasing? So this release features 4 different products, 2 that are just different colorways, and 2 that are completely different. I'll have them up on the screen somewhere, but these 2 card holders will be the first things. I have a green one and a black one. These have been a super hot sell for me. I sold these blue one and red one the past 2 years, past year or so, something like that, and they did really well. So I'm doing new card holders. They have this really cool logo embossing, branding on the front, and then this little quote on the back. That's kind of been like my main like signature thing that I've been doing for them. So 2 card holders, and then the other 2 products are these. I call these the melodic denim. I kind of did this little graphic rip off of this Baby Kim cover art. If you're familiar with the melodic blue. So yeah, really happy with how those turned out. Those are pretty sick. And then the other product I'm releasing is this chest mohair sweater. So yeah, I've been a big fan of chest for a while. Started off with this like really kind of wacky jacker knit. It's pretty much similar to how this ended up, but with different colors, and was a jacker knit. And then I experimented with the colors, changed the knit material to mohair, and ended up with this. And then it has this little apologetic letters script embroidery, and overall just like a pretty cool piece that I came up with. So those are the 4 pieces I'm releasing. So you know, this sweater, the jeans, and the 2 card holders. So next up, I want to talk about manufacturing. So I do almost all of my manufacturing through overseas through Alibaba. I've done a little bit in the U.S., and most of those have been from local screen printers, but it's kind of hard to do a lot of good not good manufacturing, but like cheaper manufacturing in the US, for especially if you're starting out like me. I don't have like a ton of money to be playing with, so I need my like product cost to be somewhat down. So I do most of my manufacturing through Alibaba. So you kind of see where I'm at right here. And if I were to search for something again, I would just go to products, and I would type in something as simple as custom card holder. I would scroll through these and then pick one that looks like they do good quality, and then start a conversation and get that first sample made. So I do most of my designing through Photoshop and Illustrator. So that's where I do my mock-ups at, and any design files I might have, send them to the manufacturer, get a sample made. Once the sample is cleared, I get it in hand and make any adjustments as needed. The card holders, I did 3 samples on the 2 or 3 on the green, and then just 1 for the black, because the black I didn't have to worry too much about like, getting the color right. But for past ones, I've done several different color samples. And of course, it took different manufacturers to get this where I'm at right now. For the jeans, it took like 4 samples. Those ones cost me a lot of money because it was very difficult to get this sort of gradient effect on them, as you see. Yeah, that one was really difficult to do. It also has like custom hardware, custom leather patches. So yeah, there was a lot that went into that one. And then this chest mohair, yeah, I went through like 5 different iterations, different colors, different materials, different placements. But yeah, so that's kind of the manufacturing side. And then once I was able to confirm all of those, the final sample was in hand. I confirmed with their MOQ. Generally speaking, around like 50-ish units is generally what I do. So I believe I did 50 jeans, 50 sweaters, and then I actually did 100 of each of the card holders, because that's how much I did of each of the previous 2 and sold out both of those. So that's all the manufacturing that goes into it, and then the cost associated with that. Now moving into the marketing for this release. So most of my marketing, obviously social is where everything is pretty much grown through. I'm trying to tap more into in-person channels, which is kind of hard to do. Also partially due to where I'm located in Indiana. But yeah, of course I have this, all the posts for the products themselves. I have giveaways that I do, much like other brands. And something I've been trying to tap into harder are these like custom little videos that I've been doing. So I have one that I'm doing for this release as well. And I think these will do really well. I'm doing this one vertical as opposed to horizontal like I've done for the past couple. So hoping that performs better on social. So yeah, did that. Hired the videographer, hired a photographer for more professional photos, kind of similar to like these. Just like I'm not big into like photography, or I don't have like a nice camera, so it's nice to have someone that can do stuff like this. And then lastly, these like vintage ads. These will be something I do again for this release. Haven't done that part yet. That is something I'm gonna be trying to do this weekend. But yeah, in my previous video, kind of went over like the playbook for Instagram brands, and this one's pretty similar to where I have the product releases or the product photos. I do a giveaway for each of those, so obviously driving engagement. And then I will have, I believe this Monday, I'll be posting the promo video that I shot. Really excited to see how that turns out. Waiting to hear back from my videographer. And then the lookbook on Wednesday. And then I think Thursday I'll do another post just showing like last minute reminders and everything. I'm going to do an early access release for this as well. I'll talk about that here in a minute. And then Friday will be the actual release. And so looking back into, I guess, like on my end with Shopify, here I am in Shopify. Should probably go into the full thing. So yeah, here I am. Here's all my products. So first thing I have to do is build out all the product pages. It's probably easier if I just show you also like my website itself. So there is my site right now. I can enter this. I hope it doesn't show you. Yeah. Okay. So I can just go into the store. Here it is right now. Why is this not working? There it is. So here's my store. I'm going to change this a little bit to highlight all of the new releases. But pretty much I keep the store very simple, very easy to scroll, especially on mobile, which is important. Yeah, just reducing any friction. Here's like an example product page for my release last year for the memory sweater. Just product photos, has a description, of course, all that stuff. So some of the nuances with building out these product pages, there's not really too much to them except for like making sure that shipping costs are enabled and like changing rates as needed. For my brand, I do free shipping on everything, which is just something I think is cool and a nice like payback to the customer, because oftentimes you want something, you go to buy it, and then you're like, oh shit, there's like X amount for shipping, and then it kind of turns you off from the purchase, right? So I kind of, within that in mind, I put a lot of the cost for the products with the shipping costs already in mind. But yeah, each release, each product is going to cost different prices for shipping. So that's one thing I have to adjust in some of these things, especially when it's international shipping. I kind of do like a flat rate. But yeah, making sure shipping rates are done, making sure that's included in the price. I haven't done too much on like the search engine listings or like the meta fields and things of that nature. I probably should be, but don't tap too hard into that. Really just getting down the product description. I need to add all the media once I get that in. And then yeah, need to change the site because I do like a site revamp every once in a while, so I will be making some minor changes. Other things I have to include are I do this thing called launches, which is really just like product description, like more detailed and behind the scenes of each product I release. So I'll be doing one of these for each of the new products. And then for social media, yeah, that's most of it. Of course, with that also includes like a lot of photoshopping and Illustrator use for like the product pages, putting these jeans on a white background, doing the size chart. I get the sizes from the manufacturer, and then I build out a little size chart. Let me show you an example. Yeah, I'll build out a size chart like this in Illustrator once it pulls up, something like this. These are a lot of like the minor tasks, but the biggest ones are really just the marketing, and then obviously like actually designing and getting the products to be ready to go. So I guess going back into social media is how I'm going to kind of wrap it up. Like what I've been spending the most amount of my time with right now has been Instagram stories, TikTok like crazy, and then this YouTube, trying to both educate and also put my brand a little bit out there and build my own personal brand. So with TikTok, I have my own personal page. I do a lot of different stuff, a lot of green screening, because that's kind of found what works for me. Do a lot of carousels as well, and of course some short video. Pretty good mix. You can check out my page if you want. I have it right here. It's just at @Daniel Herrera. A lot of green screening on educational stuff, talking about other brands. I do like these weekly fashion recaps. That's like a good series that's been going on. I do this underrated card holder / wallet series to also kind of sell my wallet. So kind of found like a clever hack right there. But really, most of my time and most of the time that's spent for like brands and leading up to a release is on the marketing side. Of course, like for those brands, they're doing crazy volume. Um, they're going to be worried a lot more about like supply chain and making sure things are in stock. And like, of course, those are things that I've been thinking about and trying to forecast. Another thing I forgot to mention is email marketing. Let me pull that up right now. MailerLite. I use a site called MailerLite. It's like 25 a month for the plan I have. It's not ideal. I'm sure there's like better options out there. Yeah, I use this site called MailerLite. It gets the job done for me. Makes the templates really easy to use when I do email marketing. And so one other thing that I've incorporated into this release is, like I said, the early access and SMS. So here's a quick example of some of the last releases I've done, some of the campaigns. Let's see here. I have these test campaigns, then also like the actual campaigns themselves. Open rates are pretty good. I generally hit between 40 to 50% on most of them. Click rates are okay, I think. I don't really know what good rates are for those. So yeah, of course I'll do email marketing for this one, but what I'm going to do is an early access, maybe like an hour or two before the release. So I'm dropping at 1 p.m. on Friday, hoping to do like a noonish or 11 a.m. Early access. So I'll email out like a password code to get into the site. We'll put in like a select amount of stock from the whole stock. I'll put like a smaller portion available to those people specifically, just to ensure that they're able to get the things that they want. Because I know that the card holders are going to fly. And the jeans I'm unsure of, but I didn't make a lot of them, as I did like 6 different sizes for 50 units. So yeah, there's not a ton there, and kind of similar for the chest sweaters. And it just incentivizes people to sign up for my email list. And then the other thing that I was talking about that I incorporated is this app called Postscript. I actually got recommended this by a friend. But yeah, that's something that I'm tapping into now. This will be my first time doing that. I've heard that text just crushes, which makes a lot of sense because everyone's checking their phone, checking their text messages, whatnot. It's a little different than like email. It's a little more like texting is a lot more like high signal. Like if people are signing up for that, and then you're sending them out. I expect this to convert pretty hard, even though I only have 40 subscribers so far. So I started this like a week and a half ago, hoping to get a little bit more before the actual release. So just another avenue again. Kind of the point I'm getting across is that trying a lot of different things, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and then diversifying. And when you see something that does work, like going like all in on that. So I know email marketing does like decent for me, and of course it's like always gonna be a good avenue, and it's like not that expensive, so I'm always gonna have that. SMS is something I'm excited to try. I don't think it's too expensive and can have a very high ROI. And then back to social media marketing. Again, hitting TikTok hard on my personal account, as well as I have a branded account that's not doing like amazing by any means at all, but it's starting to do something, and I'm just kind of experimenting with different different formats. I do a lot of carousels mostly. Again, bringing some of my green screen things to that as well. But again, just trying a lot of different things. And then again, Instagram, I've been getting a lot more traction off stories rather than posts. I don't know how a lot of other people are feeling. But yeah, it just feels like IG is slowly becoming a lot closer to TikTok. Everything's a lot more like favoring like the videos. My apologies for the abrupt ending to the video, but my phone actually died when I was recording the very last bit of it. So I just had to film this little recap, but more or less that was everything I wanted to talk about for the upcoming Black Friday release. The only thing I will say is I'm trying to do 10K. I did 1.5 last Black Friday, and I did 1,800 when I dropped my last card holder. So yeah, hoping to at least clear like 5 to 6. Again, my goal is 10K. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, kind of just want to talk about everything that goes on with these releases, especially this one being my biggest. If you're a fellow brand owner, we'd love to hear any tips that you might have or any just feedback in general. If not, if you found this interesting at all, just please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, whatever you can do. Much appreciated. Going to try and be somewhat more consistent with these releases and hopefully not have my phone dying or running out of storage. So yeah, leave me any feedback and anything would be much appreciated. Thank you guys. Bye.